Take a deep breath with me. Inhale, exhale. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever felt the presence of someone who is no longer here? Have you ever had a moment so real, so undeniable that you knew deep in your heart they were still with you? We all wonder what happens when we take our last breath. Where does the soul go? Does it linger? Does it watch over us? Or does it move on free and unbound? This is one of the great mysteries of life. But I believe this, our soul, does not belong to time. It does not belong to the ticking of clocks or the turning of pages on a calendar. The soul is bigger than that. It is boundless. It is eternal. And maybe, just maybe, it remains wherever love remains. Life and death are mysteries that have fascinated and comforted, yet also troubled the human heart for centuries. We all experience loss at some point, and in that loss, we often find ourselves wondering, where do they go? Do they still feel us? How long does a soul remain on earth after death? These questions don't have simple answers. But what we do know is that love and connection do not end when a life does. The soul, by its very nature, is something we cannot touch or see, yet we feel it. It is the energy behind our laughter, the warmth in our embrace, the light in our eyes. And energy, true, powerful energy, does not simply disappear. Some believe that a soul stays for a period, gently watching over those it loved, offering comfort in unseen ways. Others believe the transition happens in an instant, as the soul moves toward its next journey, whether that be a new life, a higher realm, or a peaceful return to the universe itself. Spiritual traditions across the world hold different views. Some say a soul lingers for days, giving farewells in quiet, subtle ways. A familiar scent in the air, a whisper in a dream, a song playing just at the right moment. Others believe that the moment we release our final breath, we are already moving into something greater. And yet, despite these different beliefs, there is one thing they all agree on. The soul is never truly gone. A person's presence does not vanish when their body leaves. It remains in the stories we tell, in the lessons they taught, in the small, everyday habits they left behind. It remains in the love we carry forward, how we choose to honor that love, how we keep their light alive. That is where the soul truly lives on. Many of us have felt signs, experienced moments that seem too perfect to be coincidence. A gentle breeze at just the right time, a feeling of warmth in an empty room, a reminder that love is not bound by physical presence. And so, instead of fearing the unknown, perhaps we can shift our focus to how we live while we are here, how we love, how we uplift, how we create a legacy that will outlast time itself. Because the truth is, no soul ever truly leaves. It simply transforms, finding new ways to remind us that love never dies. The soul is not something we can measure with time. It is not bound by the ticking of a clock or the turning of a calendar. It exists beyond the physical, beyond the rules we understand. It is energy, pure and infinite. And energy does not simply disappear. It transforms. From the moment we take our first breath, there is something within us that is greater than our physical body. It is the essence of who we are, the way we love, the way we dream, the way we leave an imprint on the hearts of those we meet. That essence, that energy, does not just vanish when the body ceases to function. It moves, it shifts, it continues in ways we may not always understand. Across cultures, beliefs differ about what happens to the soul after death. Some say it lingers, staying close to loved ones for a period of time, offering comfort in subtle ways, through dreams, through memories, through the unexplainable moments that make us pause and wonder. Others believe that the soul immediately transitions into the next realm, whether that be another life, a higher spiritual dimension, or a return to the vast and endless universe. But no matter the belief, the core truth remains the same. The soul does not simply end. Think of the wind. You cannot see it, yet you feel its presence. Think of the love between two people. You cannot hold it in your hands, yet you know it exists. The soul is much the same. It does not follow the rules of the physical world because it is something greater, something timeless. And so when we ask how long does a soul remain, perhaps we are asking the wrong question. Perhaps the soul does not remain in a singular form, bound to a specific time or place. Perhaps it shifts into the love we continue to feel, the lessons that still guide us, the unshakable presence that reminds us we are never truly alone. The soul does not fade. It does not conform to the limitations of human time. It is eternal, boundless, infinite. And as long as love exists, as long as memories live on, as long as the impact of one life ripples into another, the soul is still here, always. The journey of the soul after death is one of the greatest mysteries of life. And throughout history, different cultures and spiritual traditions have offered unique perspectives on what happens next. While there is no singular answer, there is a shared belief that the soul does not simply vanish. It continues in some form, whether lingering for a time or moving instantly into another existence. Some believe that after death, the soul remains close to the earthly realm, offering comfort and guidance to loved ones. This belief is rooted in the idea that energy cannot be destroyed, and love is the strongest form of energy. People who have lost someone often report feeling their presence through dreams, subtle signs, or an unexplained sense of warmth and reassurance. Many spiritual traditions suggest that the soul stays for a brief period, ensuring those left behind are at peace before fully moving on. Others believe the soul transitions immediately, moving toward its next purpose. Some see this as an ascent into a higher realm, a reunion with the divine, or even the beginning of a new life in another form. In this view, the soul is on a continuous journey of growth, learning, and transformation, free from attachment to the physical world. No matter the belief, one thing remains true: the soul leaves behind an impact. Whether it lingers for a time or moves swiftly into the next realm, its presence continues in the hearts and memories of those who loved it. The soul's journey may be unknown, but its existence beyond physical life is felt in ways that transcend time, space, and understanding. A soul's presence is not limited to the years it spends in a physical body. Long after someone has left this world, their impact remains, woven into the lives they touched and the love they shared. The essence of a person does not disappear. It lingers in memories, in the lessons they taught, and in the ripple effect of their kindness. We often think of loss as an ending, but in truth, love does not end. The energy of a soul continues in the way we remember them, in the values they instilled in us, and in the actions we take because of them. A parent's wisdom carries on in the way their child navigates the world. A friend's laughter echoes in shared stories. A mentor's guidance lives in the decisions we make. Love is the bridge between the physical and the eternal. When we honor someone's life by continuing their good work, by spreading the love they gave so freely, or by simply speaking their name, we are keeping them alive in the most meaningful way. Every act of kindness inspired by them, every lesson passed on, every moment of gratitude felt in their memory ensures that their soul's light never fades. Even when we can no longer see or touch someone, their influence remains a powerful force. They become a part of us, shaping who we are and how we live. The soul may move on, but its impact never leaves. Through love, remembrance, and the way we carry their legacy forward, no one is ever truly gone. After a loved one passes, many people report feeling their presence in ways that seem too real to be mere coincidence. These moments, often subtle yet deeply moving, remind us that the bond of love does not break even after death. Some feel a sudden warmth in an empty room as if someone is near. Others have vivid dreams where a departed loved one appears, offering comfort or guidance. Some hear a familiar voice, catch a favorite scent, or notice small signs, like a song playing at just the right moment, or a butterfly landing nearby when they're deep in thought. These experiences are often called signs or visitations, and they offer reassurance that the soul's energy lingers in ways beyond our understanding. Many believe these moments are intentional, a way for the departed to communicate, to let us know they are still with us, even if not in physical form. The soul may no longer reside in a body, but its presence can still be felt, especially in times of need, grief, or reflection. Skeptics may call these occurrences coincidences, but for those who have felt them, they are undeniable. These signs bring peace, a sense of connection, and a reminder that love transcends time and space. Whether through dreams, sensations, or synchronicities, the soul continues to make itself known, proving that its journey does not simply end, it evolves, transforms, and finds new ways to remind us that we are never truly alone. Life is fleeting, and none of us truly know how much time we have. But instead of fearing what comes after, we must ask ourselves, how are we living right now? What we do in this life, how we love, how we give, how we uplift others, becomes the true legacy of our soul. Every action we take creates a ripple, touching lives in ways we may never fully see. A simple act of kindness, a moment of encouragement, a helping hand when someone needs it most. These are the things that live on long after we are gone. The measure of a life is not in how many years we get, but in how much love we pour into the world while we are here. Instead of dwelling on the unknown of what happens after death, we should focus on what we can control, the way we show up every single day. Are we making the people around us feel seen and valued? Are we using our gifts to make a difference? Are we choosing love over fear, kindness over indifference, and purpose over regret? Our true impact is not found in material success, but in the lives we touch. The energy we give to the world does not disappear. It transforms, just like the soul itself. And when our time here is done, what remains is the love we shared, the wisdom we passed on, and the light we left behind in the hearts of others. That is how a soul continues to live, through the goodness we leave in its wake. A soul is never truly gone. Though we may no longer see or hear a loved one, their presence lingers in ways beyond what the eye can perceive. The energy of a person, the love they gave, the kindness they showed, the lives they touched, does not simply vanish. It remains woven into the fabric of the world they left behind. Think of the laughter shared, the wisdom passed down, the moments that shaped who we are today. Those who have left this world continue to live through us. In the stories we tell, in the lessons we carry, in the way we choose to move forward with love in our hearts. Their energy remains, not just as a memory, but as a force that guides, protects, and inspires us.